I knew I had a talent when I was really obsessed with Disney movies and The Little Mermaid. I drew mermaids all the time. And Aladdin and Beauty and the Beast, and drawing Jasmine, and in elementary school I started to draw Disney characters for my friends, and they would pay me $1.
Oh, nice.
In elementary school. And then when I got to middle school and high school, I started to do portraits for people, like pencil and charcoal drawings. So I started drawing when I was 3 years old. Ever since I could pick up a pencil, I just started drawing faces, drawing people around me. I just finished my junior year, so I am wrapping up my 4th year, starting in September. My big focus is story and storyboarding, and just being part of the story process, and animation. So you can either go film or game with DigiPen, and I'm obviously more on the film side, but I hope to be a storyboard artist or an animator or part of story development somehow, somewhere in the creative process of creating film. That's like my #1 dream. I started writing my stories probably the beginning of high school. So when I first saw Sailor Moon on Cartoon Network, I loved the style, I loved the cute magical girl story. That's what inspired me to start writing my own stories. And I have three main big stories that I've been working on ever since high school. One called Silence Must Be Heard. It's about a witch who falls in love with a vampire. It's got that whole, vampire witch werewolf realm. I modified the world a little bit, so it's not like your classic, vampire witch genre. I've changed it a little bit, but I keep revising the story, keep redrawing it, and recreating the characters. And ever since DigiPen has helped me understand story better and character development, I've been rewriting everything. So it is very tricky to balance work and then schoolwork, because DigiPen has a very heavy workload. Each class has a project due weekly. So if I'm taking 5 to 6 classes, I have 5 to 6 projects due each week. I started as a bartender. I'm now a lead server. I work weekends. I work as much as I can through school, and I work full time during the summer, just so I can pay bills and pay rent. Hi, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. I used to work an office job, and I didn't like being in the office and being cooped up all day. I really like being out and about and being able to move around, and especially in the movies. I love movies, so just being able to be in a theater and being around people that love movies too, it really is the perfect job for someone who wants to be in the movies. So I'm a little older in my class, in my cohort. Like a lot of people at DigiPen, they come right out of high school. And I have been to a couple other universities, and I'm a little older than they are. But that's because, both my parents died when I was really young. My dad passed when I was 14, my mom passed when I was 19. And that kind of sent me in a tailspin of, I was just like a lost soul there for a minute. And it took a long time to get my motivation and determination to get my degree in line. It took a while. I got married when I was 22 to the wrong person. We were and I was focused on having a house and having a family. I wanted to build a family because I had lost mine. And and just him telling me that I wasn't gonna make it, like that. So I had that false belief in my mind that I wasn't ever gonna make it. So getting a divorce was probably the best decision I ever made. And then getting out of there and finding DigiPen, and even applying to DigiPen is super competitive. Not everyone gets in. It's a smaller school, and just to get in, and then they offered me a scholarship to pay for not everything, but they gave me a scholarship for each year I'm there. So, and that was a big deal too. So it just makes DigiPen and getting my degree so much more of a big deal, you know? And it's like a way that I can prove to my parents, you know, to make them proud, and that, you know, I'm not trapped somewhere. I don't know, it's hard to explain, but I think I've done a pretty good job working and going to school, finally having my motivation and a good head on my shoulders. It's taken me a long time to figure it out. But it doesn't matter how old you are. Like, if you've got something you're going for, it's never too late. It can never be too dark. Like, there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. There's always something to look forward to. It's just, you gotta get rid of the people that tell you that you can't, because you can't.